Hey everybody, welcome to another GMG review. Today I'm taking a look at Ragnarok the Vanir, the first expansion for Ragnarok, the game of Viking heavy metal combat by Osprey Games. And this is the first expansion, basically adding in ship combat, new monsters, new scenarios, the ability to summon the avatars of the slumbering gods of the Norse onto the gaming table, as well as a revision of the core rules, so just like almost like a reprint or refresher of the core rules. New equipment, new war clan warriors that you can hire as well to make your war clan be more of a sort of like North American, 3,000 years ago period war clan as opposed to a Norse war clan. So if you wanted to have some Native American mythology tossed in with your Viking mythology, this would be the expansion for you. It still runs the Morpheus engine. Having played a few games of it now, it's a very simple core mechanic that allows for a lot of expansion, so it's cool to have more stuff to play with than it's in the core of the rulebook. And it basically just expands on what's going on just everywhere else, not just inside of sort of like the Northlands where the Norse gods have died when Yggdrasil falls over, basically, and everything gets shattered. But what some of the other sort of like spirits and monsters are doing as well. So full Hulk color and hardcover as well. You get your overview of the core game mechanics, new war clan warriors, a forest walker. So these are your quiet tribes of humans that excel at scouting and flank attacks against those who would trespass in their lands. After the shattering left them without homes and the corruption started coming for their people, the forest walkers fled to Vanaheim in hopes the Vanir would help watch over them. Since their arrival, they've formed a strong bond with the swamp walker people, making the giant forest of Vanaheim a place that any intruder should think twice about entering. So this is like your core fighter, planeswalker. Like those living in the Midgard and the Great Fields of Anaheim, the Planeswalkers are known for their speed and quickness of action. Shamans, so the Skirlings are deeply religious peoples, and other shamans have connections with their ancestors. The dead tribes, being so connected to the tribe, allows for various rites and requesting the aid of the dead, just being able to summon spirits and stuff. They hate anyone with the corrupted tag, they just don't like it. Snowwalkers and Swampwalkers. These are basically just the different, wherever you live for your tribe, that's basically what you're getting special rules for. And then a war chief to lead them. So the war chief kind of represents the Jarl. It would be your Jarl and your basic core, Ragnarok Warband, or war clan rather, and then the war chief would be the Skrellings one. New weapons, you can take an Atlatl, which is like a spear thrower, bolas, blowguns, harpoons, kagavaks, it's a fishing spear, Skrelling bows, and Skrelling poison. New rules like hatred, spiritual connection, so you have something that's like fighting with you and you're connected to it. And then new god powers. So whenever you generate god powers now after a game, normally you just roll on the god power table from the rulebook. Now on a 1 to 4 it's from the rulebook, on a 5-6 it's from the Vanir. And you get new god powers, such as from Honir, you get to despise oathbreakers and divine silence. Lodir, you get the animate warrior. You can create basically zombies. Growth of power. Loften, you do this for me, like a command, and then firm embrace. Magni gives you explosive fists and tossing the Jotun. When Thor killed the Jotun Hrungnir, the massive body of his enemy collapsed on top of him, leaving the Aesir pinned in the bulk of the fallen foe. None of the gods could lift him. But when Magni came by, he effortlessly tossed the monster from his father, stating that he could have easily felled the Jotun with just his fists. Gives you bonus strength. Cast the net, swallowed by the sea, siphoning. As warriors and all manners of beasts learn from the existence of Godspark, those that can harness the power from the dead Aesir slowly learn to draw upon their power. Warrior can spend an AP to channel 3 Godspark that only that warrior can use. Warrior can only have a total of 9 Godspark stored through siphoning. If a warrior with siphoned Godspark is removed from the game, then they lose all their siphoned Godspark. New campaign rules, so new raiding tables and stuff. So when you go to raid afterwards, basically the total value of your war clan that wasn't taken out of action at the end of any game goes in raids, and you get for every 100 value of your war clan, which means your later war clans are getting crazy amount of rolls in the raid table. You go and start robbing and pillaging. So when we played our game, so I think one of the players had 1,600 glory of war clan and didn't take any casualties, so rolled 16 times on the table. It's bananas how much stuff they got. So you get your raid selector. On a 1 to 5 it's going to be in the Ragnarok rulebook. On a 6 to 8 it's going to be in the Vanir rulebook. And then you roll to see the magic items you can get. Equipment. You can get a Dreamcatcher, a Spirit Stone, an Innowa weapon or armor. Legendary weapons. You get 12 new legendary weapons. Sorry, 11 new legendary weapons, which is cool. The Axe of Forseti. The Yalla Horn. The Harp of Bragi. Rhodey, Runting. It's like a, I guess, a cool weapon. It's lethal. That's crazy. Strength 5 and lethal is bananas. Yarn Gripper, the Dwarven Forged Iron Gauntlets, the Iron Grippers. They were given to Thor. And they grant the warrior who wears them the acrobatics, grapple, and superior climbing skills. In addition, if the warrior possesses the Grappler, also possesses Mjolnir. Mjolnir gains the special ability Melee Arc and Rapid Attack. You're basically collecting pieces of Thor's like kit. The Nagling, Riddell. Jesus, strength 5 attacks. These are bananas. It's super powerful. Look at all those animate zombies. And then, of course, we get to do these rules for corruption. So, Nidogre, the Malice Striker, is carrying his way through the Abyss to land once again in the Fractured Realms. With his return, those that have fallen to corruption have learned to tap into the maddening depths of their mutations, and some have learned sickening new abilities. Anywhere with the corrupted keyword can gain the incubation ability package for additional 30 glory. If they purchase it, they gain the following abilities: Mutative Touch, the corruption oozes from every pore of the warrior. They get the Drain 1 ability for their melee attacks, and then Sickening Animus. They get to basically come back if they don't die. The corruption keeps the heart pumping and the brain functioning. Nothing in the personality or new memories reside within the host. When a model with Sickening Animus reaches 0 HP or less for the first time during a game, they immediately gain 1 HP and does not go prone as the corruption animates the host's body. If the model with Sickening Animus is reduced to 0 HP and again, it's removed from the game unless healed by a Gothi or God Power. That's hilarious. And then Maddening Blasts, you can do basically a Hadouken. Longships, being able to sail your longships, it's cool. You actually get a template for a longship in the back here too, so if you want to build your own, or just photocopy it, you have exactly the size that they want it to be, and then your turn gauge as well. So rules for going on boats, which, for Vikings that makes sense. Characteristics for a longship, how it plays in the game. Range attacks, swimming models, water conditions, the water's choppy. Having mounts, so you can ride bears, stags, dire boars, dire wolves, winter wolves, barghests, a fire steed, a scoffin, a young wyvern, an adult wyvern. Why not just ride all these things? And then you can dismount mounts, all the rules for that. Rules for horses, all the monsters, which already have their monster rules. And then new scenarios. So basically, when you're rolling for scenario now, when you're playing a campaign, you roll on a 1 to 3 it's from the rulebook, on a 4 to 6 it's from the Vanir book, and you get things like getting the shards of Grunir, and when you play, you start finding the pieces of the spear, the shaft cap, the shaft, the spearhead, and the tip. Just the tip, and then if you reforge it, it becomes a legendary weapon. Oh my god, it's bananas. Strength 7, Weapon Master Lethal Stun 4. That is an insane weapon. Capturing monsters. A Jotun war party, because a bunch of giants show up, we gotta fight them. Freyr's Sacred Glade. Frozen Voyage. The Plow Oxen of the Vanaheim. And again, lots of beautiful full color art for this one as well. And the Bountiful Feast. And the new bestiary, you get adlets. The lower half of their bodies are wolves, and the torso that of a human. Akiani. When a Skraeling with the gift of music dies, said they carry their skills of song and dance in the afterlife. The Akini, as they're called, are the undead forms of these musicians. Oh, you know, just a great. Is that supposed to be an orca? I think it's an orca, an Aklet. It's a vicious beast in the Skraeling folktales. They're hybrids of direwolves and orcas. Oh my god. Achins, giant human-like wind spirits. Baycocks, some kind of evil ghosts. Haitlik, lightning serpents. The Ijrak, again, like ghosts. Kiwakwe, primordial giants. The claw people, the Kigatilik, is like weird zombie claw people. All kinds of cool stuff. And then, of course, you can't have this kind of stuff with a Thunderbird and a Wendigo and a 2-headed Raven. I do like that Wendigo drawing. That's a great drawing. And then avatars, summoning the avatar of Freya. So you basically summon these avatars into play. Of Njord. Wait. Freya and Freyr, that's right. I didn't say that wrong. Freya and Freyr. Njord. And then just a master list of the abilities and all their rules, which is super handy, and attack abilities too. And then finally, you've got your reference stuff. Where the miniatures came from, and your longship template. And there it is. So adding a bunch of new stuff to Ragnarok. So if you're currently playing through some Viking combat, heavy metal Viking combat stuff, this adds quite a bit to your games. Just the simple fact that it adds boat combat, doubles the amount of missions available, adds a whole bunch of new god sparks, and great new artifacts and stuff to find as well. Should increase the amount of time and sort of fun that you can do playing. And then of course being able to take a completely different type of war clan as well is a big add-on as well. So good job, Tim. Lots of cool new content for Ragnarok. Check it out at osprey.com. And if you're a fan of the game, I think you'll definitely be getting your money's worth out of just having like a whole bunch of more stuff to choose from, including like a new war clan and being able to just play on the water. It's a new way to play. So we'll see you next time for more of these. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.